All right, so day one of E3 was pretty exciting for people who love Microsoft titles. And obviously, you guys know I started YouTube and Twitch on Gears of War, and Gears of War 5 got some gameplay. I was a little disappointed with the way they presented the gameplay on their own channel rather than showing the hundreds of thousands of people watching the actual event. They didn't show any gameplay, just a trailer. However, I wanted to kind of give you guys a follow-up video. I posted a video of like my first impressions, and I noticed that my threshold was a little bit off, and I didn't notice that before posting the video. So I'm gonna leave the video up regardless. I know it's not my best work. I apologize. So I wanted to do a follow-up and kind of give you guys my opinion on what I saw with the Gears of War 5 gameplay. This is a new mode called Escape. And this is a co-op PvE mode, much like Horde. It's more of a smaller version of Horde with a little bit different concept. You go in, you plant a bomb, and then you have a certain amount of time to escape that bomb. And as the bomb is blowing up, the venom pretty much will do damage to you, and it will eventually kill you. But it also kills all of the swarm as well. And honestly, I like the new look of Gears of War 5. Obviously, I think we kind of all saw this coming, that they were going to keep the new age Gears movement. I was a bit optimistic, hoping that we would at least get some Gears of War 1 mechanics, but it seems like it's just straight up, just like Gears of War 4, just like Gears of War 3. A lot of people like that new age movement, and I'm okay with it. Obviously, I prefer the more methodical, slower, tactical movement of Gears of War 1, but it is what it is, you know, take it or leave it. But I do have to say there are a huge amount of improvements, including the crosshairs that you guys are going to see in this video. And I really like the damage numbers and stuff when you hit headshots and when you do a certain amount of damage, and the health bars. I know some people in the Gears of War community won't like that because it's a change, and change is scary, and I get that. But honestly, I think they'll probably have an option where you can turn this stuff off if you don't like it. I personally like the extra information of knowing how much health an enemy has, how much damage you're doing, and I think that this mode is a very good opportunity for them to put some RPG elements like the Division in Gears of War. They've already done like the 3 different classes, and I'm hoping they're going to unlock or release more of these characters in the future. I could see some potential here, how like this kind of reminds me of like the Underground in the Division, how it was kind of procedurally generated. Even though it's not procedurally generated in this game, people can make custom maps and then upload them. So if you want to make like a super hard level and you want to really challenge people, this type of customization where, you know, people can go in and build their own levels is going to make for some endless content, because it's going to give people constant challenges if that's what they, you know, want. And I personally think that this mode is a huge step in the right direction as far as giving Gears of War some sort of PvE element after the campaign. You know, like Gears of War 2 Horde, it was just phenomenal. Gears of War 3 Beast Mode, Gears of War Judgment Overrun Mode. Like, there were a lot of good PvE, and I know Overrun wasn't, you know, PvE. It was actually technically PvP, but you were controlling PvE characters. I honestly think Gears of War could use some more PvE modes that are challenging and fun to watch, you know, and I think that this mode will be one of those modes where when somebody really is trying to beat a very difficult level, it'll be fun to watch, it'll be fun to play. And I gotta say, a lot of the updates, like the cursors and the UI, it looks fantastic. It really does. You guys are going to see the sniper crosshair here in a minute. The new no-scope sniper crosshair looks amazing. I really like how it's got like a clean look to it. And I think that the Gears of War 5 multiplayer could look really, really interesting if they do this properly. You know, that's kind of what my followers have always been into, more of like the PvP side of things, because we want to see, you know, that versus multiplayer. But I have to say, overall, like a lot of the reworks to UI and like small stuff, like for example, if you guys haven't played the most recent Gears of War 4, they kind of changed the way active reloads worked. you could pretty much spam active reloads in the earlier Gears games, and for them to combat that, since you get huge buffs on weapons, considering, you know, hitting an active reload for people who are new to the franchise isn't super easy. Once you get really good at it, though, it becomes pretty easy. Just muscle memory, really. You get like a damage boost, and on some weapons you actually get a rate of fire boost. So in order to combat people just spamming and pre-activating, they allow you to pre-active whenever you want, which will empower the bullets that you have, even if you don't need to ammo in your magazine. You can do that, but it has a timer. There's a cooldown in between each individual active reload that you can hit, and they've changed it a little bit to show the where the actual active reload timer in the top right hand corner is. Like, you can see, like, if it's halfway or if it's 3/4 of the way full, that little tiny white bar will actually fill up over time to show you when you can hit your next active reload. And I actually really like that. And I also really like, you know, like the new cursors, and also the fact that they changed the active reload a bit from my understanding, unless it was, I don't think it was always like that. I'm almost positive that the active reloads in the earlier Gears, if you guys don't know how it works, so an active reload, you hit the reload button, and then there's basically going to be a line that goes across like what seems like a timeline in the top right hand corner, and you basically have to perfectly time that the next time that you hit the reload button to be in that little small bright white bar. Now what they did is they took the bright white bar and actually put it in the middle of the safe reload. So safe reload wouldn't necessarily be considered an active reload, but you would still reload fast. You just wouldn't get the damage or the rate of fire boost. They put the active reload, like the white line, right in the middle of where the safe reload is. And I think that's a good change, because although, you know, active reloads was always a risk, the reason I felt like they needed to have that bar at the beginning was to make it a little bit more challenging, since people would just kind of pre-active as much as they wanted. So in this new way, how it's kind of in the middle of the bar, I think that's really cool. And I think this could make for some really cool modifiers. Like, maybe there's a modifier in this mode where there's no active reloads at all, or that the active reload is only the white bar to make it incredibly difficult. Like, they could go all out with this mode and add modifiers, add different cards, different builds, different characters in the future that have, like, you know, different ultimates. There's a lot, and I mean a lot, that they can do with this mode and with the future of Gears. And as much as I love PvP, and as much as I love versus, and I want them to put a lot of effort into those modes, and I'm sure they will because of the whole esports scene they got going on with Gears, I would really love to see them put some time and effort into the PvE side of things and make some challenging content for this game. They could do crazy stuff with this, guys. I'm telling you, like, RPG elements fit Gears, and it fits Gears, and that's what I've wanted them to kind of do with Horde over time. And we haven't really seen too much of the Horde gameplay in Gears of War 5, but I'm hoping that they have some sort of class system and RPG elements in Horde as well, and I think that this actually looks great. Now, I'm more into seeing kind of what they've done with the multiplayer. Obviously, it seems like you can still roll and slide. Like, I've been playing Gears of War 4 lately, for those of you guys who don't know, and one of my pet peeves about Gears of War 4 is how you can roll and you can basically just suck to cover or hop over something immediately. Like, it doesn't really finish the animation, and I think this is a latency problem. And I think you'll see in the gameplay, I think we're going to have the same exact issue in Gears of War 5, which is unfortunate. So in Gears of War 1, and even in Gears of War 2, you could kind of punish people who rolled towards you. But the new age Gears movement kind of has this this way that you can recover just by kind of spamming A over and over again, which I don't really like, but I understand that people like that faster paced movement, and that's cool. But man, look at the cursor on the guns, man. I absolutely can't get over how good the crosshairs look, man. I'm excited for this game, and I think this game has a bright future if they listen to their community. And obviously, I haven't been a part of this community in a really long time, so for the people that are welcoming me back and are welcoming the fact that I'm going to be, you know, covering Gears of War content, you know, That's awesome, and thank you for that. And if you don't want to watch my videos, I understand that too, because I quote-unquote stopped playing or gave up on Gears. But you got to realize I always got to do what I think's the best for my channel, and I think Gears of War 5 has a lot of potential to be a good game that we can all love and enjoy. So anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to let the rest of the video kind of play out, let you guys watch the rest of the gameplay without me rambling over it. So this was on the IGN channel. I did use their gameplay, so yeah, if you want to go check out their version of it, I will put a link to the original video in the description below. And thank you guys so much for watching this and supporting me, and I love you guys very much, and I will talk to you very, very soon. All right, take care, everybody.
They're here. They gotta be.